Hey, what's up? So, I had a question from a reader this week about vaginal orgasms, and it's a question I've had before, so I thought it would be fun to do a video post about it. The gist of the question was that this person had a great sex life with their partner. She could bring herself to orgasm. Her partner could bring her to orgasm with her hands or his hands, but they wanted to know how to have a vaginal orgasm during intercourse. So I think that's a really great question. I think it's something that a lot of people wonder about. It's something that I used to wonder about a lot back in the day. So yeah, let's get into vaginal orgasms a little bit. Right off the top, I want to do a little bit of myth busting because there's this sort of heterosexual fantasy about what intercourse is supposed to be like. And I don't know if it comes from romance novels or movies, but there's this sort of pop culture version of great sex where, a man and a woman get together and his penis goes inside her vagina and she's just like, whoa, oh my God, this is amazing. And, there are fireworks, it's amazing. And, there's stars and her atoms split apart and come back together, and that's a vaginal orgasm, and that's what great sex is. And for some people, that is what great sex is, and if that is great for you, that is great. But the truth of the matter is, I think for a lot of people, and certainly most people that I've spoken to, vaginal orgasm doesn't happen a lot, may not happen at all, and that clitoral orgasms are sort of the cheese. Those are the orgasms that most people that I know and I myself have far more easily and far more frequently, assuming you're having orgasms at all, which you may or may not be, and that's cool too. The thing with vaginal orgasms is that they're kind of elusive and a little bit rarer than clitoral orgasms. Now, straight up, I am not an expert on anatomy, but I've learned a couple of things about the vagina and what makes them feel good. There's sort of two theories of vaginal orgasms that I'm familiar with. One of them is that vaginal orgasms occur because the G-spot is being stimulated during intercourse. And the other one that I've heard is it's because the legs of the clitoris, I'll talk about those a little more in a second. It's because the legs of the clitoris, which are sort of two long bundles of nerves that kind of extend down behind the walls of the vagina, if those are particularly long, those can be stimulated through intercourse. And then basically what you're having is a clitoral orgasm, but through your vagina. I think what happens with people who have vaginal orgasms pretty readily is that it just happens to be sort of a happy quirk of anatomy, that their partner, if you're talking about penis and vagina sex, their partner's penis just happens to be the right shape and size to either stimulate the legs of the clitoris or to stimulate the G-spot during intercourse, and then it's like, woo, happy dance. But because everyone's vaginas are shaped a little bit differently and are different sizes, and everyone's penises are a little bit differently and shaped and have different shapes and sizes, I don't think there's not a lot you can do to sort of have that vaginal orgasm matchup. There are some things you can do, and I'm going to talk about that next. But generally speaking, if you are with your partner and you are having orgasms while that person's penis is inside you, you probably it's just lucky. It's just lucky shapes and it works, and good for you. That's awesome. But the point of all that is to say that if you're not having vaginal orgasms super readily, but you're still enjoying the sex that you are having, you and your partner are happy, don't worry about it. This whole idea that orgasms during intercourse are somehow better than or like the best kind of orgasms or real orgasms, it's totally, like, that's Freudian, and like, no offense to Freud, but it's just not the reality for a lot of people. And there's not like a better or worse kind of orgasm. There's just the kind of orgasm that makes you happy and you like. And if you're having those, woot, just be happy with that. That having been said, if you want to experiment and see if you can make a little something happen, there are some things you can try. Now, Straight up, there's no guarantees here. There's no refunds. There's no money back. This may work for you. It may not. Like I said, go into it with a spirit of fun of an adventure. I would say don't get too hung up on it. If you have a vaginal orgasm, great. If you don't, you don't. No big deal. But here are things you can try. Number one, you can try different positions. So I'm going to show you some positions you can try. I'm going to use my trusty chair here, but you don't have to use a chair. Like you can use a bed or a couch or the floor or whatever. This is just where I am, so this is what's going to happen. So you can do sort of the classic on all fours, and then your partner can penetrate you from behind. And a lot of people find that they can get deeper penetration this way, and they may get some G-spot stimulation, which is awesome. You could do the position where you're lying on your back and you put your legs up on your partner's shoulders. I'm just going to do one leg right now so I don't fall down. And this tilts the hips up a bit, which can help with G-spot stimulation. And if you want, you can put a pillow under your hips, which will just tilt your hips a little more and make it more comfortable also. Another position you might try, if you're able, is the crab. So this one, you do have to kind of engage your abs a little and your arms. So this is one that I find personally I can't do for a super long time, but again, you've got that tilt in your hips and that can help with G-spot stimulation. So if you're able to, and if this is comfortable for you, you can try this position. Whew. Yeah, play around with different positions and see if there's one you're like, ooh, there's some new sensations happening in there. I like that. Those are positions for if you're having penis in vagina intercourse. Now, you're not limited to penis in vagina intercourse because, well, let's face it, some people are not having intercourse with a penis involved at all, and that's rad. So if you're not doing penis in vagina intercourse, hands are awesome. So you can do sort of the classic G-spot stimulating move, which is the two fingers sort of go up into the vagina, and then you do what they always call the come hither motion. You can try that. Some G-spots don't respond to stroking. It would be more sort of pressure, pressing, play around, see what feels good. Something else you can try with your hands, if you're experienced, is fisting. Because this right here is a whole lot of stimulation. And I don't think I've actually ever done a post or a vlog on fisting, so maybe I'll do that sometime soon because that would be fun. Yeah, okay, fisting. Woo, no. Woo. Something else you can use definitely is toys. So this is great regardless of the gender of your partner or what genitals your partner has. So if your partner has a penis and you're like, okay, it's a great penis, but it just doesn't happen to hit whatever spots need to be hit for vaginal orgasm, you can go out and you can maybe look at a dildo or a vibrator, because those come in all sorts of shapes and sizes, and you might find one that has that ideal shape that will hit the things you need it to hit, and you can use that on yourself, or your partner can use it on you. You can use it together. Super rad. Another toy you can try is something called a vibrating cock ring. So the cock ring is just a flexible ring. It's usually made of like a jelly vinyl or a silicone, maybe rubber, and it will go around and the penis or your dildo or vibrator. I guess if it's a vibrator, you don't need one, but it'll go around the shaft of your dildo or your penis. You can slide it right down to the base. And then it has a tiny vibrator on the top. And so what happens is when you're being penetrated, the vibrator sits against the clitoris. And so technically you're having a clitoral orgasm, but you can have it during intercourse if you're sort of really into that idea of I want to have an orgasm while there is something inside my vagina. That can help you achieve that sensation. And they come in all different price points. You can get some that are disposable, like if you've never tried one before, you can get these like really super cheap ones that are meant for like 1 or 2 time use, see how it works for you. check it out. Something else that may work for you is try giving yourself or having your partner give you an orgasm before you have intercourse. So if you're a person who has clitoral orgasms and you can come either through masturbation or having your partner stimulate your clitoris, try doing that and then have intercourse and see what happens, because the vagina can feel very different and can respond quite differently if you've already had an orgasm. Not everyone is multiply orgasmic, but some people will find that they can have a vaginal orgasm more easily if they've already had a clitoral orgasm. Who knows why, but that just might be something you can try. But like I said, who knows? And a lot of people don't have vaginal orgasms. A lot of people don't have orgasms at all and still have amazing sex lives. So what's really important is that you're having fun and you're enjoying yourself. Don't get too hung up on, feeling like you need to have this like romance novel-esque kind of sex. And if you're not having that, then it's not good sex, or it's not legit sex. It's totally legit. When it comes to sex, we're all special snowflakes, and our sexual functioning is it's all unique and it's all different. So, you do what works for you. But yeah, that is the Adorkable guide to vaginal orgasms. If you have anything to add, if you have any tips of your own, if you have any other theories on vaginal orgasms and why they do or don't happen, I would love to hear about them. So send me some comments down there in the comment box, not down there. I'd love to hear from you. If you're on YouTube, you love this video, then please subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be uploading some new videos next week. And yeah, thanks for stopping by. Keep the questions coming. Keep the comments coming. Love to hear from you. Until next time. Bye.